down. I'm going to sync this other audio, okay, just in case this one doesn't work. Now remember, don't put your finger across the transmitter, receiver. And the lens. Got it. Good. Yes, Dad. 3 bags full, Dad. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a sunny Saturday. Our morning lesson. I only got a chance to do 2 practices this week. But I did do my first canter, bareback and bridless. I've done a few rein positions before, bareback and bridless, but the canter is a whole new ballgame. It's a little bit untidy. Bit embarrassing to put on film though. But hey, so we probably won't do that. It's not beneficial for what I'm on about at the moment, but I am trying to stretch her to where she is travelling forward more. Stretch her emotional fitness, probably mine, and to take her up to a canter. But at the moment, we've got to learn to stay in sync together. I'll do this while I'm on my horse. Oh, my back's a bit better today. That's good. All right, I'll check my rein positions in a sec. I might just check now. And remember, like last week, we were talking about if we do real good at balancing, she'll offer a vertical flex. So I'll just try and get her backwards there. I had to use my string. Excuse me, I've got a cough. All right. So when we're doing this bareback and bridless, and this for those of you who've watched school riders and like on YouTube, everybody's just magnificent, of course. They stick with their horse real well, a lot of them. But if you look close from a horsemanship point of view, a lot of them are braced like this, and they'll fix themselves. So they squeeze tight with this, with their legs, with their thighs. Some with their lower legs, try not to talk about that, so they don't ride around sloppy, so they look neat, okay? And they'll use their hands to stabilise themselves so they don't look like this, which is probably what I look like. But in the beginning, you need to learn the rhythm of the horse. The horse needs to learn the rhythm of you. So you need to work your rhythm together. You've got to try and stay in rhythm with them. You know what? They've got to try and stay in rhythm with you too. So you try and find a way. And it's uncomfortable for both of you in the beginning. This is why it's really important if you're starting this stuff for your first time. Do it in a saddle and do it with a schooled horse. All right, because they'll help you. They'll bring you up to their level. All right, but if you're doing this, and this is, my girl's first time, cantering around bareback and bridless, it's going to be a bit sloppy. She's not going to have a hind underneath her properly. She's not going to be lifting her back properly. But if I get her travelling properly, get her travelling confident, and getting her predicting that she's going to need to use her hind in a certain manoeuvre, we'll all start to stick together. And it does happen. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen. But, I've done it many times before, and it sounds like it will never happen, and sometimes it feels like it will never happen. And that's called horsemanship. So you just got to hang in there. It does. And if they can't get it together, you better have a look at them physically. Okay, so here's my indirect rein, and I've bumped it up to full circles now too. I try not to use this string too much, but I have to touch it all the time. I think I'm becoming addicted to it. So I've tried to use a mane lately. So just here, I tried for an indirect rein on the other side. She went that way, because she was already flexed that way. So really, a nice 4/4 yield would have been good that way. However, that is my pattern. And if I do an indirect rein and then do a 4/4 turn after, she starts to just assume I'm going to do it. So I'm trying to change my pattern a bit. So that's why she assumed it was the other way. Here I'm just blocking this shoulder because it's going out. The reason that shoulder's going out is because the hind's not working right. more flex here. And not bad. Oh, I'm going to do my bad pattern. Here we go. Keep going. Keep going. I've only recently changed it to full circles, so you can see she's trying to stop after a few steps, which was what we got a bit of wind, is what we started with, and that was okay for back then. If you keep doing, if you don't improve, they'll just stay where your pattern is. So they pick up on your patterns way before you do, just for the record. So if you always put one shoe on first, you're going to be a left leader or a right leader, and they're going to know that. Try brushing your teeth with your other hand. All right, we're good. Let's roll. I've got steering. Oh no, I forgot this. Sideways. Did we have sideways last week? Okay, we've got sideways. Yeah, I think we had sideways last week. Just want to loosen that up. Just doing this every now and again when she flexes the wrong way with my stick. Yep. Right, let's circle this. I'll just do a couple of laterals. Now, with the point of these, I'll just do this. So that sort of thing. The point of this is to get her using her hind as she's travelling forward. Like I said last week, it's a balance of forward movement and lateral movement. Okay, so if you have too much lateral, your forward goes downhill. If you have too much forward, you've got no lateral. We need both to get our horses working properly and having good impulsion, good self-carriage. You hear these things on the internet about a thing called, what's it called? Straightness training. Okay? Now, straightness training is great, but you've got to have a laterally soft horse to be working on your straightness. And if you work on your lateral softness too much, like some people who are too particular on their reins, then you've got no forward. You can never get out of an arena. Okay, let's go back the other way. We might bump this up a bit because this is something I wanted to talk about. We had during the week. So I'll do this. Right, so you're going around in a circle. See this movement here? That's not a walk. Okay. This, you think, oh, the horse is going nice and slow. That's good because I'm bareback and bridless. And yet, no, you're not doing anything for their back. They've got to be walking just on the edge of trot, like that there. Like they're going somewhere, like they do on the way home from the trail. Okay. Now here, I don't want to trot it too slow. Excuse me, I've got a cough again. Oh. Okay, it's a bit lengthy this side, so lateral this, and I'm trying to keep this trot into the lateral there. Cool. I'll get onto my Southern Cross in a minute, guys. Don't get too bored and turn off. You might learn something if you hang in there. Attention span's a bit short nowadays for some people. Okay, I'll just do my little lateral here towards the camera. Use my stick at the string there. Alright, good job, babe. Okay, that's our flex to flex start. So we've done rein positions, circles with laterals off for our change of direction. We call that flex to flex in Quantum Savvy. And flex to flex is a great exercise. I was really pleased when we went over to Germany and we were doing this natural horsemanship stuff. And we're at an adjustment centre. And I looked out in the arena and there's these people doing flex to flex with they were a little bit heavy on the contact, but they were doing flex to flex. I thought, what a great exercise. So it's not original, I suppose is my point. I didn't make it up, the horse did. Yeah, you're trying to stop at the marker. No, not yet. Come on. Talking to you. Alright, can you get me here, Liam? There's something I wanted to show you guys. So, about your use of your tools. So I'll come back around that one again. So, I don't know whether you can see me well enough there. I'll come back around. Righto. This is something we have to get in control of as horsemen. Okay, so just for the record, so I think this is the third live lesson that I've done with you guys with my bareback and bridless practice. She's done about 3, 6, 7, 8 practice sessions in between. So, you know, we're getting up around, what's that? Somebody quick with the maths. 8 and 3. So we've got about a dozen practice sessions and, or, you know, doing this task. This is where we're at after 12 times. Okay, so, and we can already ride this horse with reins. So this is something achievable. This is the level you could expect to be. I think she's going pretty good. Some of you you won't get this far. It doesn't matter. That's your journey. Some will get a mile further because the horse thinks it's fun, like this one does. It doesn't matter. It just matters on your experience. So we didn't push her when she was uncomfortable. We worked with what we had, and I think she'll like me for it in the long run. Well, she does. Otherwise, she wouldn't let me up here. She's a big red mare. She won't tolerate anything. So I just want to talk about rein positions here, or body positions. If you've got a bridle, saddle, spurs, whatever contraptions you put on your horse, when you're using your body's got to go first. But before your body, it's your intent. Okay, so here, and your rhythm. So there, I just blocked that. Okay, so here I'm going around just with my rhythm of my body. Here it's sort of not working, so I'm going to use my stick. There I'm out of balance, so I'm going to use my string. Okay, so just put that together again. The curve was wrong, I used my stick. The balance was wrong, I used my string. What you don't want to be doing is this, trying to steer your horse. Yeah, she'll go around that way, but she's out of balance when she does it because she's going to fall over. It's called camp drafting in Australia. So a lot of them turn because they have to try and keep themselves up. Try not to use a stick, try not to use a string, try and use your rhythm. And you'd be surprised how patient you have to be sometimes. Now there, get your nose over. Get your nose over. There, I'm trying to get my weight back, so she does. She's not doing it real flash. I'll just give her a hint. Here's another hint. Come on, come on, come on. Keep going. All right, so balance, rhythm, then your tools is my point. All right, let's go around this other way, bud. And sometimes this works too. It's called impulsion. It's still a bit hoppy that side too. I'm going to do these all at a trot. I've got to go a little bit wider when I'm doing this so she doesn't drop the turn. That was really nice. I wish that was slow motion. So the front really came around more than the hind. This is what we're after. So I'll stop waffling on. But really make sure when you're doing these turns in practice especially, because later on when you're at a gallop or a canter or a gallop and you go around those markers, you want the horse thinking, I've got to get on my hind, I've got to get on my hind. Because if they don't get on their hind, they're going to get on their front. Okay? And that's when you're going to be out of balance, and that's where accidents happen. Collarbones, wrists, necks. So get these horses using their hinds. We don't want this to be the most dangerous sport on the planet, besides base jumping. But so balance them around there. You've got to think them get them thinking of that. And later on, when you're really good at the gallop, you'll be able to get the front working harder than the hind, and that's what they should do. If you ever want to see that video with Major over there, it's in the level 3 modules on our forum, on our horsemanship program. You can have a look at it. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty cool. So it is real. It can be done. Here I've done 3 lessons in front of you guys. I've done a dozen lessons. Now it's pretty much copy paste and refining things. But I will get some videos out to you because I've been doing my warm-up with 2 horses at Liberty, and I'll get some more footage of that for you guys out there. So thanks for joining me. We're on track. It's all happening. You know the points to focus on now. Go ride your horse.